You don't even have to kill it, just pull it away from what it's doing. That helps so much.
Murder him. Thank you. Okay, back to the group.
Target acquired.
Sorry. Let me hit you there, Evan Jaguar.
New target acquired.
Alpha Prime, if we can get a light on that guy, that'd be great. Everyone else, if we can focus up on Bravo, I think he might be by himself. Bravo Stalker, down in the pit. Nice kill. Head back up. Oh, we got another one. Echo Zeus. Charlie, both torsos.
Alpha leg. That might be clear.
Indigo.
Go. Next target.
Airstrike online.
Hotel.
New target acquired.
Echo. CT on Echo.
Target destroyed.
Alright guys, let's push in a little bit. We can get a little more aggressive here. Hotel.
New target
Box
acquired.
got center crystal.
Target destroyed.
And he's down.
Delta's in the open.
Never mind, box got is not down.
Delta. Nice work, fellas.
Good job.
Good communication all around.
Excellent work, fellas. Nice job. Alrighty guys, welcome back to the Mech Lab, where we're going to go through the details on the build for the mech I have in front of me, the Resistance Hero Crab Florentine. Now we're going to go through everything. We're going to go through the overview of this mech, we're going to go through the custom build that I placed on it, and then we're going to go through the skill tree before we wrap it up, go through the rest of our games, and then close with some final thoughts. So let's first go into the Mech Lab here and see exactly what this variant has to offer. First of all, this is the most unique crab variant, and unfortunately you do have to spend real money in order to purchase it because it is one of the resistance heroes, as I mentioned, but it does have a lot of intricacies that the other variants just don't have. A lot of the other variants are strictly laser boats. It's really just a matter of how laser boaty you want to get. So the Florentine, though, offers a very healthy balance between everything. 2 ballistic, 2 energy, 2 missile, 1 AMS, and 0 ECM. Now, the custom build that I placed on it, it might surprise you. So it's not something that you were probably seeing out there since its release, where a lot of people are putting on AC2s or AC5s, even LB10s I'm seeing, or UAC 5s. What I decided to do was not focus on the ballistic hard points because they are lower mounts. Now, I did want to incorporate ballistic hard points on here, so I did place machine guns, but my main area of focus are the energy and missile hardpoints. The energy weapons, or mounts I should say, are right underneath the cockpit, a little bit above the ballistic hardpoints, but look at where the missile hardpoints are. We have one right above the cockpit on that left shoulder, and then the other one is right below, to the bottom left of the cockpit. So they are very, very nicely grouped up, and that's exactly why I wanted to go with the biggest amount of close range weaponry that I possibly could. So I placed 2 SRM-6s on there, the 2 medium pulses right there underneath the cockpit, and then the 2 machine guns. You guys already saw the build from the first round of gameplay, but just to explain everything, it does have a bit of a machete vibe to it. So, you know, it is a 50-tonner versus the Bushwhacker, which is a 55-tonner. So we don't have as much to work with when it comes to tonnage, but we do still have a tremendous amount of firepower and sustainable DPS nonetheless. So I figured, you know what, this does give a healthy balance of everything. And there are Bushwhacker variants that do offer a little bit of an array of everything as well. So I figured, why not? Why not tone it down a little bit, go with a 50-tonner in the Crab. I have never really used the Crabs much either. So this was completely experimental, really wanted to see how it could be used out there on the battlefield. I see a lot of people taking out the energy boat variants, but because of the fact that this mech is so new and so unique in what it brings to the table, I did want to replicate a little bit of a machete here, although it is a hero variant and everything, and I am doing this for a Majestic series build, so really out of my comfort zone here. I do like mediums and I do like brawly builds and everything, but I wanted something more out of the Crabs than just energy boating, and this mech definitely brings that to the table. So as I mentioned, 2 SRM-6s, 2 medium pulse lasers, and 2 machine guns. So we filled out all of the weapon hard points. We have 5 tons of SRM-6 ammo. And then on top of that, we did place 4 extra double heat sinks. Now, all 50 out of 50 tons are being used, 74 out of 78 slots, 320 out of 338 armor. Where did the armor go? I took 10 out of the head, and then I took 4 out of each leg. This is a very fast and tanky mover that we have to work with, and once you see the skill tree, you'll understand exactly why I took a little bit of armor off from a couple of the components here. We have a 1.66 heat management ratio with 14 double heat sinks, as I mentioned, 1 on top of the engine, 3 that I stacked between the right and left torso. Very heat efficient. Does manage the heat very efficiently, and the heat dissipation is very significant as well. We have a 47.2 alpha, so, you know, sustainable. That's the key there. Sustainable with that 47 points of damage is definitely something to be wary of, especially if you're going up against a build that's like this with the Crabs. You know they're tanky, and especially with a loadout like this, I'm ready to brawl, baby. I'm ready to get right into the cockpit of my opponent and just unleash hell as much as I possibly can, and then pop a cool shot, keep the circle going. So 102.7 kph, that is with speed tweak, all the bells and whistles and everything, as you will see on the skill tree and everything. We have an XL295 to work with, so it is very fast. It's a big engine, so we do have to worry about our torsos, but we do have some extra armor to work with, and we do have a very, very full and healthy loadout to work with. Just as a quick note here, the reason why I didn't go with AC2s and AC5s or anything like that is simply because of the tonnage. The amount of tonnage, you know, you're talking about 1 ton between the 2 machine guns, or 12 tons with the AC2s, and what is it, 16 tons? Yeah, 16 tons with the AC5s, 18 tons with the UAC 5s. So I did want to, you know, go with 1 ton here, made it a lot more balanced, a lot more speedy, and a lot more heat efficient going about it this way rather than sacrificing one or another. And again, as I mentioned, constant sustainable DPS was the name of the game. Let's check out the skill tree here. We went with majority, or rather all generic quirks. All range, all cooldown, all heat gen, velocity. That was the big one that I wanted to take into consideration, was getting the velocity quirks and the cooldown quirks. So, you know, in order to start hitting some of these other cooldown and heat gen nodes here, I would have had to go through some range and stuff like that, but I decided keep it balanced. Both sides of the firepower skill tree are full down to the bottom, so definitely very healthy in that regard. But now as we move over to the survival tree, the survival tree is where this mech definitely shines a little bit more, because we filled out more of the armor hardening and the skeletal density. So this mech is definitely a very, very thick, if you know what I mean. And although I didn't incorporate every single node on the right side, to get to these other nodes, I would have had to go through either shock absorbance or reinforced casing, which just reduces your crit chance and everything. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to save the nodes and just make sure that I can fill out the entire mobility tree, including speed tweak, torso pitch, torso yaw, except for a couple 3 nodes here, anchor turn, everything, all the bells and whistles in that regard. Then I wanted to go with mech operations. So mech operations, I just wanted to get the improved gyros down to level 2. So that is a 35% reduction in the screen shake when we're getting hit by enemy fire. And because of the fact that I have very, very short range to work with here, we know that we're going to be drawing some attention from our opponents. And because of that, I know that if I do want to keep adding that sustainable DPS out on the battlefield, I need to have less cockpit, you know, shake. And that was exactly what I focused on here with going on with these 2 gyros nodes. And although I didn't reach, you know, very far down this part of the tree, it's all still very important. 35% reduction is very significant. So definitely think about that if you decide to build or get this mech and build it out the way that I did. Consumable slot is the only extra node that we went for. You know, no need to go for extra, you know, coolant reserves or anything like that. It's very, very heat efficient as is. And, you know, we're pretty tanky. So as for, you know, standing in the back line and putting down some arty strikes and stuff like that, I'd rather just have the consumable slot for the 1 arty strike, 1 cool shot, and call it a day. Now, as for the consumables, as you guys can imagine, just in case we sustain a tremendous amount of DPS and our heat does start to spike, I'm going with the cool shot 18, and then in the second slot, I'm going with the advanced airstrike. So all around, an absolutely incredible mech. That is the name of the game here with these brawler builds, is really getting into the face of your opponents, putting down that damage, constant damage, and the machine guns are more of like a mental thing. You know that you're getting hit and that you're constantly getting a barrage of fire. And they kind of serve as tracers as well. So for the rest of your weapons, you know if you're hitting and you fire the rest of them, that they will connect with their target, mainly the SRM-6s. But that's going to do it for the build. That's going to do it for the overview on this mech. I hope it was informative. This was the build that I took out on the battlefield in winning the leaderboard for the Florentine. So in case you guys do want to, you know, use it for yourselves, this was the build that did it. And, you know, that's going to do it for the overview, though. Let's head back out onto the battlefield and go through a couple more rounds of gameplay to showcase this Majestic series hero build. Here we go.
Yeah, Stalker, Linebacker, Banshee.
Yep, they're still moving in. All going down the hotel line into Hotel 7. Alright guys, that are over here in, on the corner of Fox 6. We can get a couple over here, and then the rest of you guys help out our assaults in Gulf 7. Call your targets, fellas.
Target
Alpha
acquired.
primary.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Stand behind you.
Bravo, bravo.
New target acquired.
Alright guys, we got him in a pincer here.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Push in on him, fellas.
Target acquired.
Charlie, Charlie. Open Charlie.
New target acquired. Airstrike activated. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Two left. Quick.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Bravo, bravo. Center torso.
New target acquired.
Shadow Cat.
Target acquired.
Something's still behind us.
We're experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy out there. The enemies are contemplating being pushed.
Machine gun ammo at 25%. Target destroyed.
Charlie, Charlie. Center torso.
New target acquired. Machine gun ammo deployed. Target destroyed.
Nice work, fellas. Good game.
It's a good old little rainbow.
Alrighty guys, here we go. Round number 3 is taking place again on Canyon Network, and this is the best of all the 3 rounds. So definitely buckle up your seatbelts. This one's a doozy. As you can see, we are stacking up a little bit towards Delta 4 and just turning around slightly because we have this Arctic cheetah that's trying to put some shots down on our friendly. So we're just tapping him with these medium pulse lasers, letting him know that we know where he is, and just keep putting some shots into him until he backs up towards the rest of his team. Now, he is supported by a big guy here. We have a king crab coming in. I do have some friendlies with me, and we're just going to keep putting some shots into this king crab right in front of us, constantly swaying back and forth just to get this king crab off his mark. And down to 84%, it looks like this king crab is kind of unsure of which target to go for, and he's just going to give us his side torso, turning around a little bit, and I'm going to push forward even just a little bit. This crab can take an astonishing amount of damage from our opponents, and now I'm getting swarmed a little bit, so I am going to back up a little bit. I don't want to get foolish and get carried away as well, so I'm going to back up into the second line here. I put down a sustainable amount of damage into these guys, and now I'm going to help out towards the top of the platform. That's where the other half of our enemies are. The mediums and the lights seem to be up here. So I'm just going to keep putting some shots down on them, getting them where I can, and hopefully at least some of my team decides to stay up here with me and help out a little bit. But now it looks like they might be pushing a little bit towards our guys on the right side. Now we have them in a bit of a pincer here, so they are going to get confused as to who to take down. The king crab does go down, so we're going to back up just a little bit now, just because I realized that they are pushing. That's going to give me a huge opportunity to get a little bit of a flank on them. This Jaeger mech is trying to put some damage down, not even paying attention to us, and finally he goes down. Now in front of us we have this Panther that is charging forward, got a couple shots down on us with those PPCs, but now he's going to turn away and head back towards the rest of his team because he realizes more of my friends are here. So we're going to pop up on top of the plateau, just get a couple shots down on our opponents wherever they are, and this Jenner is way out of position there, trying to get some shots down on me, but didn't realize the rest of my team is right around me. So now we're going to get yet another position, and on this corner we have a Purifier right in front of us, Delta, and he is badly beat up. Hopefully we can take him out, and there he goes. So a big kill for us, going for this Jenner, a double kill. So we took out that Jenner that was trying to get some shots down on us. 6-2 is the score right now. Now this Panther has no idea that we're here. We're just going to keep putting some damage into him, and finally he takes notice of our presence. He's trying to back up, but I do have some support from the rest of my friends. But it looks like the Panther also has some support as well. We've got an Arctic cheetah behind us, so we're going to put a couple shots into him. We're going to continue firing in on this Panther, though. Finally, that Arctic cheetah does go down, putting some more shots down on that Panther, who is continuously firing at long range. But right in front of us, we have a shorter range target, this Adder, who is also much slower. We're going to go for him along with our friend, the Irby. We got to save our friend, the Irby. He cannot fight this guy alone. Take it down, one leg, going for the other side of this mech. One more salvo, and he goes down. So another huge kill for us, 9-3. Now going for this Shadowcat. This Shadowcat is dangerous. We have to watch out for our center and right torsos. We're just spinning in the cloud of smoke, and my friend is able to take him down. One big salvo into that Panther, though, and finally we get him down. Threat eliminated from long range, and that just leaves this Arctic cheetah as our last target to kill. So he has 3 medium pulse lasers, all of which have been stripped. He's trying to climb up the mountain, and there is the killing blow to end the round. Just under 5 minutes. Wow, did that escalate quickly. They pushed under the arch. We were able to counter it and flank them. An excellent match overall, and holy crap, 1,005 damage, 4 kills, 6 assists, 6 KMDDs with 9 components destroyed. An absolutely unreal round. Did not expect to break 1,000 with this build, but there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 1,005 damage in the Crab Florentine. An absolutely fantastic mech. Fantastic rounds of gameplay there for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, though. If you did like the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out the links in the description. I'll have a link to both the Smurfy build in case you guys have this mech or decide to purchase this mech and actually build it out the way that I have it for yourselves. I also have a Patreon and PayPal link in the description in case you want to help support the channel a little bit from a financial perspective. I really, really do appreciate all the support that you guys have given this channel, and we are just around 4,000 subscribers at this point. Just under, I should say, from where I'm looking at it. So hopefully by the time this video goes up and everything, we are past that mark, and I have all of you guys to thank for it. I know this was a unique video. It was definitely very interesting. I don't really do many Majestic series builds on heroes because I want everyone to have access to them without having to spend real money, but here was an exception to the rule because it was just so new, and the fact that it topped the leaderboards, you know, I'm just absolutely thrilled, and I really, really do appreciate the fact that you guys not only support these videos in particular because they are my personal favorites, my personal collection of best builds that I take out on the battlefield, but that it actually stood up against the rest of the community and held that top spot with this exact loadout. You know, it's just absolutely incredible. So I really do have to thank you guys for this. You guys are the reason why I was able to make this video. You guys supported and helped out with the codes and everything to make this video happen. So I really do owe it to you guys as well. Thank you so much for all of the support that you guys have given. I keep saying it, but I really do appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing all of you guys on the next one. Take care, guys.